As you can tell from the picture on the right of me and on the left of you, you got some notable names and notable faces that you might have heard of. They all got something in common. No, I'm not gonna say what every street dude on the internet saying. I'm not gonna say every same thing, everything that the same blogger or academics or any of these guys that are fans of saying. The thing that they're missing about this whole situation of cats that was affiliated in the streets got hot in music, or even because they was about to get hot in music, they became affiliated with the streets, or they had a talent that another street dude seen, and it was like, yo, we need to pull him in, we need to bring him in and increase his profile, increase his image. Yeah, I like him. I like that song. I think we can make some money off of him, but he gotta have a good image. We want him to say certain things, and the streets like certain things. We want these hard beats. You want them to create a persona that they're street, or even they might actually had been participating in the street, but they didn't uphold certain codes that the streets upheld and put on a pedestal. Which in 2025, those same rules aren't put on a pedestal because we no longer care. The majority of the world doesn't care who snitches and who's not, who doesn't. We care about, are you making hot songs or not? Let us know. Are you making a hot record or are you not? That's it. And that's what it is in 2025. They'll talk, yo, on X, we gonna talk about this. Yo, we gonna bandwagon. Yo, nah, Thug is he ratted on this, so we not messing with him, or they gonna get into the comments. Yo, man, this is crazy. Everybody's bored. Everybody's looking for dopamine. This is just another pool of dopamine that people want to dip their fingers, feet, hands, head into. That's it. So you ask me, you say, yo, so what's your point of view? Like, what do you think about this, 8? I'm gonna title this episode Uninvited Guests. I'm gonna title this episode Uninvited Guests, because I'm about to break down to you why, and why it's the perfect title for what's going on right now. It's the perfect title. And this lesson or this teaching that I'm about to teach you or preach to you, it can apply to everything in life, not just what's going on in hip hop, entertainment, the music industry, rap. Yo, listen, the main objective for entertainment is to entertain you. That's it. It's to build a story, build personas, build images, create optics, create optical illusions, smoke and mirrors. Famously, what the entertainment industry is known for: smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors. When I first entered the entertainment industry as a producer, I used to always be told, and I even got introduced to the concept of smoke and mirrors. And you realize a lot of things that is seen in front of the camera, professionally or not, there is a concept of smoke and mirrors that these figures use to increase profile, gain popularity, get money, take tours, write books, sell books, make businesses, get people to come to their store, get people to come to their restaurant. It's all optics. It's all, you gotta say something a certain way, or you gotta look a certain way, say things in your raps that the people like to hear. Oh, that's hard. Wow, that sounds like a good story. Wow, I never lived in those environments, but that just sounds like a movie in itself. That just sounds like I want to hear more about it. I want to, damn, that record's hard. Gunna, 6ix9ine. Those two especially is what's making my title for this episode of Things, Pieces, and Conversations being uninvited guests. As you can tell, you probably know where I'm going with this. As an uninvited guest, if you invite somebody to the house, say if somebody that's in that, say if there's 5 people in the house, y'all all stay there, y'all all pay rent there. 4 people like a guy, they like somebody, like, yo, man, we gotta invite this guy to the party. We gotta invite this guy to, you know what I'm saying, hang out with us, do business with us, man. And then this one guy in the group, he like, I don't know about him. I don't like his energy. He's not really into what we into. You know what I'm saying? He not really into what we into. I got a bad feeling about this. I got a bad feeling. The other 4, they not really into that woo-woo stuff. Their intuitions aren't as keen as this one individual that pretty much has been right every single time, but the credibility of this person being right every single time when it comes to vetting somebody that they want to invite to do business or bring to the household or bring to the house party or whatever. Just you coming into my personal space. This is where I live. This is where I eat. This is where I sleep. This is where I shit. I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy. I don't like them guys. Nah, man, I'm strongly opposing it. They're like, nah, man, but look, if we bring him in, he knows what he knows, man. We could get rich, bro. We could, you know what I mean? We could get rich. We could really go crazy. Like, he got talent. I know all this way too well, but we're not talking about me. Uninvited, yes. Even if one person, if it's not a unanimous decision and somebody just got a gut feeling about something, usually the universe is going to show them other people that they got to be more in tune with that intuition that this guy, this one person, this woman, your girlfriend got intuitions that you might be like, yo, man, you bugging, you acting too. Nah, you need to chill. Like, you need to relax. Don't worry, we got this. Don't worry. This uninvited guest is what causes most issues, is what causes rifts, is what causes imbalances in what the universe is trying to bless you with or your group with. You invited this guy to take a shortcut. You invited a Gunna. You know he's not street. You know he's not about that life. This guy was an athlete, Young Thug. This guy was an athlete. You invited him in. You let him talk about certain things. He slimed this, he slimed that. You let him say that. You let him do that. Once the pressure was on, you're still doing things in the background. You're not you taking your blessings for granted. So you still doing street things in the background. You still trying to uphold this street thing. You a guy with money, even if you wasn't the most gangsterous dude in the street before you got money. You got money now, so you could put prices on people's heads, right? Allegedly, right? 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine was just some kid that knew how to rap, that knew how to make songs. He gets picked up by Bloods in New York. So of course there were certain Bloods that did not like it, but they believed in his talent. They believed that if they added his persona or the street persona to his profile, he could really take off. They could really get out the hood now. You understand? They could really get their mamas out the hood. They could really, smash on the baddest of them, the baddest bitches in the world. They could finally get their hands on. They could finally go to Cabo. They could finally get out of New York, the 16-mile radius, 16 block radius, whatever. They could finally go out the country. They could finally go to London, see some South Africans, go here, go there, get money everywhere. They seen the light. They seen this kid. He got something here. We need to put this money behind him. But all those things that you into that he was never into, you're adding somebody who doesn't fit your pieces in that puzzle that you're trying to create. This piece to the puzzle is somebody that doesn't belong here. It messes up the puzzle piece. This is an uninvited guest. This is an uninvited energy into the clique. So the universe showed you. You made the wrong decision. But also, you got to be accountable for what you did. You also made the wrong decision when you tried to keep doing street activity while really getting money in music. Y'all kept doing that to try to keep up the street persona because of whatever you've learned in hip hop culture. You've learned this. You talk street, you gotta back it up. You need to be about what you say you about. Because obviously those guys in the clique, in the blood gang that backed 6ix9ine, they believed what the old hip hop was. I'm here to tell you, the old hip hop no longer exists. That hip hop no longer exists. This new age hip hop, credibility plus whatever you did in the street plus not snitching only goes so far. Because you say if you made a hit song, you made the what was 6ix9ine's first hit song? Crazy record. It was a crazy I forgot the name of it, man, but it was crazy. The beat was crazy. It was his first hit. You see him, he in the hood. He got his blood, his red rag on. He got the rainbow hair. He's not even a pride person. Rainbow hair is pride. But the genius in the marketing with 6ix9ine is he had the rainbow hair. He was making good songs. He was a young kid. So the younger kids that was gravitating towards his music, image-wise, optic-wise, just like how I said earlier, it resonated with the kids. The kids, they loved it. They loved it. They wanted to be 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine was funny on the cam. He was on live. He was talking down on this guy, that guy. He learned from 50 Cent. He learned from his forefather that when they beef with anybody, they kept going in. They never backed down. He took on that persona. But the music was different. The music was him saying he knew this and that. Uninvited guest. Involuntarily, not even involuntarily, eventually as time went on, as things got rocky within the clique that he was invited in, the people that still knew that he was an uninvited guest, that he wasn't really like that, quote unquote, whatever the street dudes say, you wasn't really like that. So we're gonna rob you, we're gonna do this and that one to your girl, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that to you. They get a RICO charge. They eventually get a RICO charge. This guy that was the uninvited guest felt betrayed. And then back in his head, he's like, wait, I don't really belong here. And they betrayed me. So, forget the street code. What is the street code? We don't care about no street code. I never cared about the street code. I was just some kid trying to rap. And I really want to go back home and rap again. Right? Hey, Judge, he did it, he did it, he did it, they did it. He gets off in a year. He did it, he did it, he did it, they did it. Gets off in a year. Gunna, he's invited. Let's get off of 6ix9ine now. Another uninvited guest. Gunna. When I say uninvited, I mean he really was never supposed to get an invitation. If you was never supposed to get an invitation, you're an uninvited guest. You're an uninvited guest if you was not supposed to get an invitation. Yes, technically you did get invited by some people that want to take advantage of your talent, but you just did not fit these pieces to the puzzle. The piece of the puzzle was, how did you feel about the morals that the streets held? And if something happened that got y'all locked up, would you withhold those morals? Would you, till death do us part with those morals? Would you? You wouldn't understand because you wasn't a part of the street. But at the same time, hold on, let me finish with Gunna. Same thing happens. Your clique does shit that they not supposed to do while you're out touring, really getting money. You have a legit way of getting money. These two guys in the YSL label really bringing in everything. The whole clique is lit. But Young Thug, he wanted to still be street. He wanted to still have that persona. He wanted to still say, yo, I'll get your head knocked off for this much if you really play with us. You understand? This thing is, you start off one way and then you start believing it. You start off one way, you get money, this part of your ego, this new persona has led you to having houses, sleeping with some of the baddest chicks on earth, having money, having the flyest gear. You never seen this before. Thug, you never seen this before. Gunna, you never seen this before. 6ix9ine, why would you just abandon this new persona that you have held when it's done you so good? It's done you so good, right? But you kept playing with it. You kept taking it for granted. You kept doing street activity. God gave you a blessing. Yo, man, take this money, man. Take these tours. Take this bread. You see that bad one right there? You deserved it, man. I gave that to you. But if you keep playing in the street, I'm gonna knock your head off. That's what God did. You keep playing in the street, you gonna wish that you kept listening to me. You ain't keep listening. You ain't. The money got to your head. The rigatoni pasta with the wagyu got to your head. The baddie, the light-skinned baddie with not a freckle on her legs got to your head, nigga. It got to your head, nigga. And you let it happen. Yo, Rico. Yo, Thug, come with us, man. How many I'm facing, Judge? 30 to life. 30 to life. You facing 30 to life. What you finna do? Oh shit, hold on. Let me look at my crew. I got this one, that one, this one, that one. He ain't gonna tell. He ain't gonna tell. He ain't gonna tell. Oh shit. Gunna's still right there. He was an athlete, wasn't he? He wasn't part of no street. He could really rap good, but nah, we made too much money together. I put him on. Nah, he ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna snitch. He ain't gonna snitch. Nah. He ain't gonna snitch. He ain't gonna snitch. Damn, he ain't gonna snitch. Maybe a few months in. Alfred plea. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Is YSO a street gang? Yes, ma'am. Blah blah blah. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I'm mad at Gunna now. But the accountability hasn't set in. Did not set in for Thug until the Uno reverse card has been planted by some unknown guy. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe there is a source that led to this downfall of Young Thug, of his street credibility being tarnished forever. Civilians like me don't care about that, but I understand why the game or the streets that still glorify the old hip hop still take credence to what somebody did when they was under that interrogation light, when they was in that room, that quiet room. I understand because I see things in another view, and I take my shoes off and I put on another's. I see a different perspective. That's how you could see a different perspective. That's one of the only ways. Thug had an uninvited guest to his clique. I mean, you invited him, but he wasn't supposed to be there. That's what I mean by an uninvited guest, a bad piece of the puzzle. I mean, technically, with what you was trying to do business-wise, he was a perfect piece of the puzzle. Gunna made hits all the time. But you was still doing street activity. Gunna wasn't street. It was conflicting. Two paths crossing each other. Two paths that eventually things will get rocky. Friction will start to be created because these two paths are completely opposite. You 1 foot in, 1 foot out. The guy that was both feet in for real, he ain't did no crimes. He has nothing on his conscience. The only thing on his conscience is to get back home, keep making music, keep touring. That was on Gunna's conscience. Your conscience was, damn, I should have never invited him in the house. Damn. Well, at least it should have been that. Then it goes back full circle because in the age that we living in and what we got going on right now in our lives is the truth must come out. The truth must stand firm. It must be shown. What is the truth? The truth that affects a lot, that restores the balance in the ecosystem of the universe. The world had to see that the streets no longer mattered in the music industry. The music is what mattered in the music industry. These guys that claim street that, yo, I'm not doing a song with him because he snitched. I'm not doing this and that with him because this. Learned a hard lesson when Gunna kept winning. When Gunna kept going to this show, that show, he kept winning. Damn. 6ix9ine couldn't make it for real. I mean, he had to go to another country to get his money, but in the States, he's blackballed, blacklisted. He ain't having the same impact he did. Ain't no hits hitting the chart in the US. Gunna is different. Gunna, he never really claimed street. He never really, yo, this is who I am. I mean, he'll rap certain things, but we knew he makes music. That was it. 6ix9ine, it was a little different. He was the first one, the first scapegoat that this thing happened to. So it didn't work his favor. New York never embraced him again. This one, that one didn't embrace him again. It didn't work for Gun. It didn't work for 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine, he was the crash dummy. Gunna, it worked perfect. Last album, the last one sold 80,000 first week. 80,000. Yes, he ratted. So what? Still makes good music. You keep making that music. Young Thug had an uninvited guest, and the uninvited guest took over the house. And then after he took over the house, he said, yo, I'm not signing that lease again. I'm out of here. I'm gone. I don't want to be here no more. Y'all took advantage. Y'all dumped me on the street. I started winning again. And guess what? Y'all can't take advantage of these new bags that I'm gonna get. Y'all can't take advantage of it. As Gunna, I'm here. I'm here to stay. The people still love me. I can still make music. But you, Thug, the last couple of things I've heard from you, Thug, wasn't good. It was not good. This is me being objective. You lost the sauce. You was too caught up in the sauce of what you had going on. You with your girl now. You doing this now. You're not focused on music. You focused on retaining your street cred, or asking for favors to get these records off that you got in the background. You putting out your album. You got your clothing line. But Thug, this is my thing, Thug. You have footage coming out of you of doing the same thing that Gunna was doing, but it was a little bit more in depth than Gunna. Gunna was, 15 minutes in that courtroom, maybe. You was 2 hours. I don't really care about it, but I see the street dudes really care about what you got going on. This tarnish your image. You telling Gunna did this, did that. We should never fuck with him. Then this footage comes out of you doing this and doing that, even at a worse level. And now the whole streets have denied your existence. So, in return, you might have been an uninvited guest as well. What you doing here? You don't believe in these morals. You took on the persona after 2014, 2015 when things died down and your music started really turning up. Nobody said what you did in that interrogation room, but the footage came out. Age of Aquarius. All truths shall be revealed. Or most of them anyway. Most major ones. This was major. The rebalancing act of your whole persona. You gotta rebalance, reshape, rebrand now. Gonna be the hardest thing in your life you're gonna have to do. You might need to take up Gunna's footsteps. He took on no drugs. Started working out like crazy. Kept making hits. You complaining, out of shape, unfocused. The formula and the trend line to that is Gunna's gonna win and you're gonna eventually lose. But your loss have come bigger because as an uninvited guest, somebody in the house is gonna kick you out. Is either you gonna get yourself kicked out, or somebody gonna kick you out, man. And unfortunately, all 3 of these guys, they kicked themselves out and the house itself kicked them out. But that's only for Young Thug and 6ix9ine. And Gunna, he owns the house now. This is his crib. This crib has no longer no street activity here. It's all about making music. The guest turned into the homeowner. Nah, YSL, y'all can't have me back. Y'all treated me bad. This is my last one. that's all I wanted to say though about this, man. I wanted to talk about Gunna, Thug, and 6ix9ine and how I feel about it. Maybe maybe I resonated with you, maybe not, but please go like, subscribe to the channel. Go to my Instagram profile. You're gonna see my link tree. It got where I make beats. Where I sell beats. It got my podcast where you can find it everywhere on every single platform. It got my YouTube where this video is gonna be at. Like, subscribe to the channel, man. That was another episode of Think Pieces and Conversations. I'm out of here.